Hello and welcome. My name is Deborah Guthrie, and joining me today is Natalie Hool, Max's mom, and we have Max here with us today. Max's race is coming up on
June 22nd.
And we just celebrated Mother's Day a little bit ago, and so it's a little bittersweet and sort of sad story. You know, you lost Max to an infection.
Yes, age 6.
At age 6 in 2005.
That's right, 2005. So this will be our 15th year with the race.
So it's your 15th year with the race. You formed Max's Foundation.
Yep.
To help children in need.
That's right.
To help them out. Let's talk about what happened and why you got into the foundation.
Absolutely. So he contracted bacterial meningitis when he was 7 months old, and then he lived till he was 6, and we are blessed to have had him that much longer. But we decided to do a foundation. We wanted it to be his lasting legacy. So we created a 501c3, and that's a process. And we do a kids bowl-a-thon, and that's a kids only, and we pick a local child and a local family. So we really wanted help to get to the families too, because it's a struggle when you have a child that's ill, and it's an impact on the entire family. So we founded Max's Foundation, and then we decided to do a 5K run walk. It also has kids fun runs and the 1 mile, Spartan cheerleaders, bounce house, all the fun, crazy stuff. So we raised money for Sparrow Pediatric Program Fund and also the Davies Project.
Walk me through how it got started, because it must have been hard to it's hard to not only lose a child, but then to also do something like this, to take on an endeavor where you want to have a legacy for your child.
Right. It was very difficult. So I have a friend, Holly, who is a runner, and she said, we have to do something. We have to do something. So she got me out of bed, and we went around to real estate, banks, 2 men in a truck, all sorts of different corporations, and asked for sponsorship. So I believe we raised $20,000 the first year.
Wow.
But we are pretty near $200,000 for Sparrow over the years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you know how many children have been helped through this?
Well, the Pediatric Program Fund is similar to the Children's Miracle Network. So the money goes towards peds at the hospital. Okay. So I don't think we know how many families. Okay. Max does have a room there with his plaque on it, so that's so nice. But the bowling, it's 15 kids because we've done it 15 times. So everything from kidney transplant to eye cancer, it's crazy how many kids are in need and suffering, families suffering.
How much do you raise on average a year through the race?
So it depends on the year. It's not as much as what we raised the first year, but probably around 7,000, between 7 and 10,000. So based on participation and corporate sponsors. And so we do have about 5 or 6 that have been with us the entire time.
And what is I noticed online that there's a Davies Project that you're involved with. How does that work? So
the Davies Project is a program that helps kids and families get rides to their follow-up appointments.
Okay.
So in Michigan, 70% of the kids do not make their follow-up visit. 60% are on Medicaid, 70% don't make that follow-up. So that might be dialysis, it might be chemotherapy, because people might not be as resourceful, or they might live a distance, or parents are working. So the Davies Project sets out to accomplish 2 things. They take volunteers and make a relationship with the family and the volunteer. So the volunteer will take them to every appointment, even if it's 5 days a week. And so they build this lasting relationship, because at that time when your child is struggling, it's emotionally very hard. So they build that relationship, and then they succeed in getting the kids to their appointments.
And how did you and the Davies Project get together? How did you start collaborating together?
Well, Pam McClouchett is the head of the Davies Project, and she reached out to me about, I would say 4 years ago, and said they wanted to be involved. And so we started giving to their foundation too. And now they are getting bigger and growing, and it's awesome. And this year will actually be our last year doing Max's Race, and they will be taking it over. We're passing the torch to the Davies Project. So it'll be called Max's Race for the Davies Project.
Okay, so the race will still continue.
Yes.
They will be handling it, so we won't be missing out on that. We'll still be having that. And you'll be involved in some aspect.
Yes, we will be
I can
very
imagine.
involved.
Okay.
We are all looking forward to running the race for the first time.
Right.
Talking
Because as
to,
organizer, there's no way
there's
that
just
you
no
could,
way.
Yeah.
There's no time. And then talking to people that I actually have people that come just that one time a year that I only see once a year. And so giving us more opportunities to spend time with those people and thank them for all their love and support over the years.
How has the community embraced Max's Race and the Max's Foundation and your family?
So yeah, I have family that flies in from other states, and always supportive. That kind of tragedy where you lose a child is just so crazy. You don't know, maybe just, I would say I have friends that laid in bed with me and held me while I cried. I would have friends that, would take a class, teach a class for me when I just couldn't make it. So many different ways to support people when that happens. But we were hoping to support kids at the point where they're sick, because it can just really take a toll on the family.
I'm always afraid to reach out or afraid of what to say.
Right.
Or I'm going to say something wrong, or maybe just that knowledge, sometimes lingers in the back of my mind that sometimes I feel like there's nothing I can do because you've lost someone, and especially a child, that sometimes it holds me back personally from reaching out to people because these things are just, the fear is going on.
You just want to be supportive and you don't want to hurt the parents.
Yeah. What would you say to someone like me
I
who's
would
so
say,
afraid of reaching out to someone?
I would say the feeling that I get when I count the race down is this overwhelming, emotional, crazy, I am so stunned and excited that nobody's forgetting my child and that everyone is here supporting. So I have people that have volunteered the entire 15 years. They have a spot on the course that they'd like to stand. I have people that have run it, walked it, brought their dog and walked it, had their kids involved, every step of the way. And, saying the child's name can be completely scary, and I'm with you. I know before I lost Max, I was the same way, but we know he existed, and I love hearing his name. I love knowing that people remember him.
And he would be 21.
A birthday last week on the 14th, he would be 21.
And do you do happy birthday? What is the process a parent goes through with that sort of thing?
Yes, I think that I took my oldest son out for a beer, and we celebrated him. And I believe he got together with his dad too and had a little celebration, sometimes a balloon release, which is always just so wonderful because you'll have friends come and support that too.
And so where is the race being held?
So the race is at the MSU Auditorium, right in front of the big rock.
It starts at 8:30. The 5K starts at 8:30.
Yes, 5K starts at 8:30, and then all the kids' races start, immediately when people are coming in and beginning to walk.
Okay. And can people register that day on site?
Yes, they can. They can come early and register. We'll have all sorts of volunteers and tables set up. They can come to Playmakers the day before, Friday, packet pickup from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. They can go online right now and register through Run Sign Up, and you would go to maxsrace.com.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, any
right.
of those avenues.
Are you still looking for volunteers?
I am.
Okay.
Yes. I never turn a volunteer away.
You can always use them, right?
Always.
It's a huge endeavor to put on a race.
It's a huge endeavor, and I get so many compliments on my volunteers. I think it's probably because they keep coming back every year, and they're cheer on the runners, and they're excited to be there too.
And how many family members get involved with this as well?
So it's Jim and I, and Holly still does it too.
Oh, good.
And then my mom and my aunt run the food table. So you have everything from the kids' events, that would be Heather Stevens, to food table, to get clowns, and everyone pitches in, but just like you said, they just don't know what to do. They want to know how can I help?
Yeah.
So
What is the biggest piece of advice, or if someone's watching this who lost a child, you know, and I know we have other families in this community
we do.
who have lost children. We've done many programs with other families as well, and you know, what would your piece of advice be?
Not everyone can do an event. That's not going to be for everyone.
And you don't feel like you have to set up a foundation or do something like that.
No, and there's so many ways that you can honor your child. That's the way we chose, and it has been a great way for us, and it helps you with healing. But I guess I would say that it doesn't get better, it just gets different. So every day I think of him, and I'm a pretty faithful person, so I'm in a better spot than I was initially when he passed away.
So it does get beyond a better spot, but still that whole missing
you just
component.
don't open the drawer as often. You try to dial back. So like you said, Mother's Day, his birthday, all those milestones are harder days.
I've heard some say they feel guilty, like they may feel like they're letting go if they don't do certain things, or if they don't, you know, have some sort of memorial event or something like that. And that's not.
No.
That's just
It's
far from the truth, because they're always in your heart.
Always. They're always
Always.
right there with you. It's difficult, and you have all those stages of grief. All that stuff is for real. And it's all different from the beginning than it is now. And just even, grieving differently. The parents or siblings, but he came into this world to teach us so much, and I feel like he did.
Is there a network that you're involved with, like a support group, or do you know of any?
I did go to Ellie's place.
Okay.
I love Ellie's place. It was awesome, and I have long-standing friends from there that had lost kids right at the same time. So yeah, that's an awesome organization too.
Natalie, I want to thank you so much. Can't be easy. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday
to
to
Max. Yeah, absolutely. The race is on, I have to look it up, Max's race is on Saturday, June 22nd.
Right.
The 5K starts at 8:30 a.m. You can go to maxsrace.com.
You can go to maxsrace.com.
to look up the information. Natalie's still looking for volunteers.
Always.
All the information is online,
It is.
and you can register up until the day of the event. I want to thank you so much for everything that you do in the community,
Thank you.
and for all the support and the help that you've given to children who are in need.
Thank you, Deb.
And I want to thank you for watching.